Wholeness, 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 YouTube. First day signing back in here. Happy now. All is now to give to being present. It is still Mercury day in the space and location where I'm at, and Horus is transiting the 8th house. Okay? So what's 8th house? Dealing with 8th house, dealing with mysticism, deep transformation, sex, death, occult, death and rebirth. Okay? So I decided to use this time, utilize this energy to speak on materialism and the importance of, let's say, since I do value my analyze my values to a certain extent. Since I do analyze my values, I want to use this time to look at, materialism, okay? But just on a broad way, okay? Not just for me, just how I see, okay? So if you're watching this video, more than likely, if you haven't, well, you're going to hear it now. The saying, everything in this material realm, can't take none of this shit with you when you transition out of this body. Can't take none of this shit with you. I can't take these crystals with me. As much as these crystals are, I love them. I love how they look. The illusion of the light photons bending in on different frequencies, light photons vibrating on different frequencies is beautiful for my eye. I love the way it looks. Not only that, but the metaphysical properties they bring. I value this material possession. Okay, so now let's look at material possessions such as, let's look at billionaires. Let's say beings who have lots of materialism, many cars, many aircrafts, many like I just said, all these materialisms, you get the drift, but it's like, everything is coming full circle like a spherical, okay? We've heard this before. Can you take all of that with you? No. So with me, with my moon being in the 8th house, I have an understanding in this realm, in this area of life, when we're talking about transformation. Okay, so in a way, I do live every day like it's my last. In a way, in a way, I have this perception, this on the back burner, living every day like it is my last. Okay, so just me having this perception and not looking at these things, all these material things, and this is all comes back to desire, root chakra. Desire, root chakra, as let's say this area of life, which would be the 8th, the what's it called, Scorpio constellation, gets birth from Mars, has this influence of desires, root chakra. So when we look at desires, yes, desires, there's a positive and negative to everything, okay? So what you truly desire, again, if you have so many desires in this lifetime, then you're just, using up your physical energy to gain materialistic things that you can't take with you when you transition, when your spirit leaves this vessel, you know, how, you know, what kind of state of being is that spirit going to reside at after, you know, the transition? Okay, what kind of state of being, you know, once that spirit leaves the vessel and has gone back to the moon, the Akashic records, the Merkaba, analyzing, you know, looking at, you know, the experiences the spirit has gone through, because your experiences are spiritual experiments. What kind of emotional, you know, and thoughts, emotions and thoughts is this soul going to have on that experience? Okay, so yeah, you could say I live every day like as if it's my last, just with my moon in the 8th house. Okay, but it's not on living every day like I'm walking on eggshells. No, not with fear. Okay, again, this is root chakra, lower forms of emotions: fear, root chakra; anxiety, root chakra. Okay, so yes, I have a Mars influence. My moon is influenced by Mars. Okay, but once I'm finding, like I said earlier in my videos, you know, when I started to meditate, I meditate to manifest things within myself. You know, like I said, this sort of stillness and calmness that I sort of have, that would be perceived to be not a trait for Aries people. Okay, so it really depends on the spirit in the body here when we're talking about you know, these your astrological influences. Okay, so I gave you the perception on looking at death and these materialistic things. Okay, so yeah, that just comes down mainly down to desire. Okay, that mainly just comes down to a plethora of desires, never being content, never, always wanting more, you know, more and more and more. But teaches on, you know, it just depends on, you know, the experiences. Like I say, you know, what you decide to experience, you know, what you're experiencing is what your spirit wants you to experience at every now. Okay, so yeah, so what should I call this video? Desires. It's okay to have desires. There's nothing wrong with desires, but desiring too much could be your downfall. Okay, so first, they signing out. Catch you next now.